Our engine for the Trailblazer SS has shown up already. The Trailblazer SS is going to become a turbo build, and we're going to base it off of a 5.3 with a steel block. The engine we're choosing to go with is LMF. This engine goes in 2008 to 2014 GMC vans, and it's widely referred to as a low-tech LY5 motor because it does not have the active fuel management or the DOD, Displacement On Demand. It doesn't have the collapsible lifters on it, but it does have the cam phaser. All of these 5.3 liter truck motors come with a pretty small cam, so if you're going to get one, you're going to change the cam in it anyway. So we decided it would be better to go with LMF because it's a fresh rebuild, and if we get this motor, we don't have to buy the DOD delete kit to go with it. Today, we're just going to show you unboxing our fresh LMF engine. This engine is a fresh rebuild. It won't go in the Trailblazer. We're pretty much going to tear most of it apart. We have a Texas Speed Stage 3 cam, turbo cam. It's a low lift cam. And we got ARP 2000 head bolts and some 7-layer small bore head gaskets going on from Brian Tooley Racing to prep the motor for the boost. We're not going to worry too much about opening up the ring gap before it goes together because we're going to just run it on E85 and see what we get out of that. E85 isn't just a race gas at 105 octane. E85 also is like its own water meth injection because it uses so much more fuel mass that if you're feeding it with a returnless system, the fuel never really gets hot. It always just stays cool, and it's always just so much fuel mass. It quenches the boosted air beyond what an intercooler would do. And we do have a pretty big intercooler coming for the turbo. And the turbo will be here on Friday. Today is Wednesday. Let's pick this crate up. Let's see what we got. Okay. LMF. Let me get some scissors or razor blades. Okay. There we go. We're really amazed at how fast the shipping we got on this. I will order the next engine from the same place as well. I don't really have that with the shipping times we got on this. Oh, that's just a beautiful motor right there. I'm going to try to run this at or above 15 pounds of boost. We're going to drive with a 76mm turbo. That is just a good looking motor. So we need to change the timing cover along with the cam. This is the cam phaser. Let me reposition the camera. I'll show you the front of the motor. Here's the front of the motor. That's the cam phaser. We'll swap the timing cover. It also comes with an oil pan, but it's a truck oil pan. It's not compatible with the Trailblazer SS. The Trailblazer SS does need a different oil pan. It comes with a front sump oil pan, and for the power levels we're going to be making, we can't have a front sump oil pan. We'll starve the motor on oil the first time the car gets into power. It stays into power for any duration. So we'll probably do the C6 oil pan mod on it, so it can be a rear sump. It's only a 2-wheel drive truck anyway, This is a really good looking motor. This is a great starting point for a build. It does have the 243 cylinder heads on it. It's a good motor. Let me show you guys the back. This is the back side of the engine. That's a fresh motor, man, all day. We are very happy with this. The rebuilder promises me that these are all brand new lifters inside and not just cleaned up and they replaced only what failed, that this is all fresh internals. And we're gonna find out, right? Because we have different head bolts, different studs, and a cam that's going in, so well, we'll see. But we're gonna try to reuse these lifters. The camshaft that we got, while it is a Texas Speed Stage 3, it is a low lift Stage 3 turbo cam, so it's only got 550 lift. The 550 lift is still a lot more than what this cam came with. The cam from the factory with the phaser on it was only like 4 something. It was a really tiny cam. The cam we got is 550, but it stretches out the duration, which fits a lot better with the 3200 or 2800 stall converter that's already in the Trailblazer SS. This should be a pretty radical build when it's done. For now, we need to get this on an engine stand. Here's our LMF engine on the stand, ready to be torn down. We have a substantial parts list for it that is still not here. Again, our goals for it are a Stage 3 turbo cam, Texas Speed, low lift, only 550 lift, but stretched out duration. I think it's 218, 224, something like that. We got packed 1219 springs to go with it, and we got a set of Brian Tooley Racing 7-layer small bore head gaskets, and a set of ARP 2000 head bolts to go in. That's pretty much about what we're going to do to prep this motor, and of course we'll change the timing cover and the timing sprocket so it's not VVT, and that's about all we're going to do for the motor's prep. The truck is going to get a 450 liter per hour pump, better fuel feed line to run from the pump up to the intake, and I think 90 pound or 100 pound fuel injectors. And we're going to run as much boost as we can fuel for, and you know, wherever that drops off, that'll be where we land at. And this motor should take it. It should take it all day. This is going to be a good little motor. The 243 heads on this motor are really good heads. The LMF always comes with 799 or 243 casting heads, which is the way to go if you're going to get a 5.3 and run it up to a lot of boosts. LMF is a good alternative to the LY5 because it does not require the DOD delete. And you can save money on the valve train if you're going to buy a low lift cam. If you're going to buy a high lift cam, then of course, you know, you're going to want to add your own higher quality lifters, but we're using a very low lift cam, so we don't really need that. In fact, we're not even going to worry about the trunnions on this because it's only 550 lift. And that's about it. For now, we need to wait. The turbo won't be here until Friday. Today's Wednesday. We don't really know when. I don't know if I have tracking yet on the Stage 3 cam, and I'm going to wait for the cam and the head bolts and the head gaskets before I even start opening up this motor. So I'll make another video and update this as the build goes down. For now, we're going to cover this back up and walk away from it until we get parts. The old motor's on the pallet. We're ready to go to the junkyard or wherever it can. We can't get a core charge back on this motor because, you know, it blew out both sides of the block, so it's an unrebuildable core. We'll throw the junk 243 heads. It's a damn shame. This motor, it was an LS2, so it had 243 heads on it, but it bent valves on both banks, and the heads are just, the whole motor is just junk. We're gonna throw the heads back on, then we'll throw the cover back on the crate, and we'll get rid of this, and we're done with this motor.